And you can do that by picking up the phone and dialing 410-543-6895. This is Don Rush, and in studio we have special guest Don Elkins, who's with WBOC here. Both face and voice, very familiar to a lot of folks here on the peninsula. And we were talking about really sort of in-depth reporting and taking a look at issues.
We were having our own talk show.
I think so, right here.
Off the air. It was pretty good. And now we've got Don on camera right there.
That's right.
Hey, where's that going to be? Is that going to be on YouTube? Or yes. He shakes his head yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to be on YouTube. That's pretty neat.
That's, and you'll probably have maybe more viewers than you ever had before in your life, right?
you know, you say YouTube for a local TV anchor, and we suddenly get kind of frightened. Oh, not a YouTube moment. No, yeah, it's, we were talking about in-depth reporting, and I think before last time we had a break, you were telling me about a series that one of your students did about heroin addiction. I think it's amazing, and that you're teaching them to use the medium itself to be so effective and to pass on those almost you can't see it, but you can. Isn't it amazing how we're able to do that with radio?
Oh, I think so. I think that in a lot of ways, because particularly the description of somebody talking about it, you can imagine it. And I think your imagination probably is not interfered with the fact that, in television, obviously, you have a visual medium, and that sort of interferes, I think, with that active conception of what that particular scene looked like, or any particular scene. And I think that's one of the great things about radio, is the fact that you are able to hear the people and the voices and really concentrate a lot on the ideas. As a matter of fact, somebody, I think it was Daniel Shore. Daniel Shore used to do commentaries, I think it was for CBS, and it did television, and then of course he obviously went to NPR. Yeah. And he said one of the differences is, he says, people would come up to me when I was on television, and they would see me on television, but they couldn't really tell me very much about what they had heard, what I had said. He says, when he went on radio, they could tell him exactly what it was that he had said. And that's one of the magics, I think the magic thing about radio is the fact that we concentrate on the ideas.
The radio guy's beating up on TV and using Daniel Shore to do it. that is great. You're right. I mean, Dan Shore, that voice is, I wish I could do a Daniel Shore imitation. I could almost do a Diane Rehm imitation, but Daniel Shore I can't quite pull off. But yeah, fantastic. I mean, one of the gems of the entire news operation. It's so nice to hear him. In fact, it's nice to hear all the folks that are doing National Public Radio and Delmarva Public Radio too. I mean, I'm gonna slobber the butter on you right now and just say I'm a huge fan of the work that you and the station does. It makes my life in terms of getting information and understanding the world better than it would have been without. It'd be missed.
Well, if you want to contribute, you, the listener, now's the time to pick up the phone and make that commitment, make that pledge at 410-543-6895. That is the number to call. Or you might be sitting at your computer. If you are, you can just get online and pick up publicradiodelmarva.net.
Can I get a mug?
Can you get a mug? I think we can. Are there any mugs? That's right, we don't have mugs.
Mugs.
We are a gift-free, but we'll give you some seeds. I think we're giving seeds out here. But
you're giving seeds.
Seeds. Yes, it's a long story.
That would be a first.
For your own little garden and the whole thing. I think it's vegetables and flowers or something. I do not.
Do you garden? I'm just curious.
I don't.
You're not a green thumb.
I'm not a big. Yeah, I mean, a few plants.
He's telling us we got a minute.
We got a minute to go. Well, look, it's been great having you here, and no doubt we will see you again.
It's been fun. I've had a fantastic time. We sit here and again, it's just like the things that you don't. You're busy. You're listening to Diane. You are contributing. You're joining. You're becoming a member. You're helping out. And Don and I are having this fantastic conversation about the world of journalism, which I wish could be on the air. I wish it was just we could do it. We'll take control. He's saying 30 seconds. I'm saying give us another hour.
And maybe we'll cover the world, maybe, right? Or a little piece of it. Well, now's the time for you to pick up the phone, make that commitment, and make that pledge. I know you can do it, maybe contribute $100 and put it on your credit card. That would be great. Whatever it is, $200 for a challenge. But the most important thing is to pick up the phone and make that first step at 410-543-6895 or online at publicradiodelmarva.net.